Hello Aries, this is your tarot reading for love and relationships, June 2017. Oops. Your first card, which just happened to drop out, is Nine of Cups. Okay, so the first card was Nine of Cups. And this reading is for Aries 2017. What is this card? Oh, Ace of Swords just tried to flip over. Okay, I am now going to cut the cards. All right, so second card, we have a Page of Wands, a Nine of Swords. This is Two of Swords reversed. Swords represent air, and of course wands represent fire. I have a Queen of Pentacles that's reversed. This is a Three of Pentacles. I have a Page of Pentacles reversed. So Pentacles seem to be coming through pretty strong, and there's a lot of turbulence here. Remember, Pentacles represent the material world, the physical life. I have the Empress. And then I have Death. Weird. It's weird to me because we have your wands here, and then these pentacles later on throughout your spread, it's almost as if they start coming up, all this chaos in your physical material world, where you live, where you work. But in a relationship reading, it's also about the physical living together, the physical aspects of a partnership, and it could very well be for some of you who are Aries that there are issues with work and finances that are tearing you two apart. Okay, so and then we have this Death here at the end. So yeah, these pentacles. Very strong energy. And I also want to point out, in addition to the two major arcana, you only have the Empress and Death. The Empress is the queen of the material world, fertility, prosperity, all the things that we need as resources in our life, the comforts. And as I've said before, the Empress is a strong female energy. And could represent a third party here, another woman coming into the picture, or even another man for some of you who are men. Okay, so it's not necessarily just about women, although it's a very strong energy, and it can represent a mother figure as well. You'll notice that she's pregnant. Okay, so there are issues of mother and family, prosperity, the home life, and this is what the Empress is queen of. But there is a seductive energy with the Empress, a very strong sexuality as well, and that's usually sometimes how I read the Empress in relationship readings. It's only the physical. There's not much of the spiritual or emotional with the Empress, so much as the joy and the happiness that comes from the material world, not necessarily the spiritual. That's the High Priestess. So that's why whenever I see the Empress, things always get a little interesting for me, and how to interpret the Empress in all of this. But take note, Aries, that she appears right before death, which is the card of closure. Also, keep in mind, the Queen of Pentacles is a daughter of the Empress because she is part of the material world as well. And the Empress has she's more linked to Venus and love and joy and happiness. And this daughter of the Empress, this Queen of Pentacles, she's all about that mother nature, the stability of motherhood and family, and prosperity as well. And as you know, because she's the queen, she's more passive, okay? And so she's reversed here in the center. And so this sort of reversal, and then the Empress shows up, the major arcana. This is a minor card here. I'm sort of intrigued why the Queen of Pentacles here is reversed, and then the Empress shows up and she's upright. So there seems to be a little bit of a conflict that I'm seeing here, a little bit of competing family lives, a conflict with money that's come into the relationship for some of you, Aries. Okay, so that's very intriguing. And I'll get to this Page of Pentacles and this Three of Pentacles as I go throughout the entire reading. But yeah, very, very interesting and a little bit weird. So that's what I'm seeing here. These two very strong cards with the material world and the physical world and prosperity. I'm getting turbulence in a family life, turbulence in a relationship that may involve living together, even a marriage. But as I said, the Empress is not necessarily the love with marriage. She's more like the seductive love, the sexuality, the need to form a union. Okay, people fall in love with the energy of the Empress. She draws people to her because she brings all of that wealth and joy and ecstasy with her. Okay, it's a very strong feminine energy, and it's a good energy, especially for women. It can mean a woman who has self-esteem and happiness in her relationships. But as I said, depending on the context of the cards, this Empress can be a little bit dangerous. Okay, so I'm seeing this Queen of Pentacles perhaps in conflict with the Empress. Two different women here. Maybe you're competing. Some of you are at issue with another woman. And as far as even if some of you are men, there could be an issue with the unity of your family life, the unity of your relationship, the stability of your relationship. Okay, because the Queen of Pentacles is about the groundedness. She's an earth sign. Pentacles represent earth, and this Queen of Pentacles is all about the happy family. She's all about being a devoted partner and mother. Okay, so why she's reversed and then this Empress shows up, maybe there's a recovery for some of you. Maybe if there has been unhappiness and drama in the family life, there's going to be an effort throughout these pentacles to build the stability. Maybe things are going to work out as far as the chaos or the drama that some of you are having in your family life. So yeah, I'm going to come back to that. So let's go to the past. And what we see here is Nine of Cups, water. This is happiness and joy and hospitality. Taking care of your home, being able to take care of the ones you love. It's also called the wish card, and it can mean your wishes coming true. You're perfectly content. You have everything you want. And this could be someone that you're connected to. This person they're getting everything. And then this Page of Wands, it's the only wands here, the only fire. This young boy, he's very happy. He's starting off on a new adventure. Okay? And it's almost as if you, because this, of course, this is linked to your energy, it's almost as if you are a little bit naive, because this pages are young people. And maybe you were happy making this person happy. Maybe you walked into a situation where you were completely naive and blindsided. And so that is when we get these swords. This Nine of Swords shows up. The drama shows up. That's the drama card. You know, things that keep you up at night. Things that give you anxiety. So things get a little bit turbulent, even starting with the past. And so we have a Two of Swords. Someone is stuck. We're unable to make a decision. We're unable to work things out, especially when this card is in reverse. And it's next to this Queen of Pentacles. And it could very well be that this is representing an actual person, that this Queen of Pentacles, this person, they're being stubborn, they're being a little bit selfish. Nothing is ever enough for that person, and they always want more. And once again, this could represent a man as well. Okay? Whenever pentacles are reversed, they are supposed to be stable. There are supposed to be a slow energy, but when pentacles are reversed, we get stubbornness, we get selfishness, we get someone who's too caught up in having the material things and having money. And so when we get to this Three of Pentacles, this is the card of negotiation and working things out and using your talents and gifts. And so remember 3, that magical number, is the card where two forces come together to make one. But it's also about using your influence and using your abilities to bring stability. Okay? It's about attaining success. Okay? And this could very well be attached to this Queen of Pentacles. I think maybe this Queen of Pentacles is about being pressured to succeed, pressure to make more money, pressure. The relationship might be built on superficial things. Okay? There are some of you Aries who might have loaned money to a partner, and money has become an issue as well, that you're being used. So this Three of Pentacles is interesting because it signals that in the relationship there's a third issue that you two are caught up in, okay, together. And so when we get to the future here, and let me just summarize this present before I move on, the present influences, because what I am seeing is a person who is, I think the swords energy, the inability to make a decision, the drama, I think that is what some of you Aries people are dealing with. A lot of drama and being forced to deal with a compromise, which could very well be represented by this Three of Pentacles. Okay? The Queen of Pentacles is putting you in a very difficult position. So when we get to that Page of Pentacles, this is always, to me, the reality check card. Remember, pages are very young people. They're beginners. They're starting out. And sometimes they might not know everything. I always call this the reality check card because pages deliver those messages, messages of truth, messages of reality. And they also get down to business, to study, to focus, to make things happen. Okay? And it's also more than anything about patience. There might be things that will take a very long time. Remember, pentacles are slow. And so when I see this Page of Pentacles reversed, I'm seeing some of you being trapped in this relationship, being dominated by this relationship, especially in the physical material aspects, a drain of your resources, a drain of your money. You know, it's just even the simple aspects of living together or being together have become a drain on you because of those two pentacles in reverse. So now we come back to the Empress, where now I'm starting to see that this person that some of you are connected with has everything. They've used you, they've used your resources. The relationship was never about necessarily an emotional connection. Sometimes people lose sight of that. They get too worried about money or the material things, and it just blocks them emotionally. And there's still that aspect of emotional selfishness, of being content and getting everything you want. That is the wish card. And so I see a lot of you Aries people being pressured in the material world, that sometimes the person that you're connected to is caught up in the material world. They're focused on the superficial aspects of the relationship, and they're not willing to open up spiritually or emotionally. And that's when we come to death. And once again, as I've explained many times before, death is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes we need to have that change brought into our life, because after death, and there's fire with this card, okay? But after death, you see the rose on the flag, and you see the young boy offering posies here. There's an aspect of resurrection after this big change. And so some of you Aries may find that certain relationships may feel stable, but in the physical world, in the material world, being with that person is just too difficult. And also, I keep seeing that very difficult decision that you simply are unwilling to make, that is going to end up putting a lot of pressure on you, pressure from this other person. Maybe they want you to get another job. Maybe they want you to come live with them. Maybe they want more money from you. But I do get a sense that you are going into your relationships with trust and honesty and best intentions, and some of you are being taken advantage of. Your material world is crumbling a little bit. Your home life isn't that great, and you're not sure what to do. And so this death is bringing about a change. It might not mean a breakup for some of you, but it is going to, because I'm seeing this Empress lead into death, I'm kind of seeing that there could be, for some of you, a positive situation where these demands and the drama and the pressure is going to come to an end as well. Okay, so I am going to shuffle for the outcome card. Okay, I have a King of Wands reversed. And as you know, wands represent fire. Your energy is going to be reversed from this situation, and if it is a breakup, it's not going to be easy to deal with. But I feel that in the long term, you are going to get back on your feet. This death energy, it could bring about a change that will sort of make things very difficult, especially for those of you who might be going through a divorce. And this King of Wands reversed is sort of like the tarot saying to you, you're going to be very impatient. You're going to be very angry. If you are being taken advantage of, this is something that's going to be, it's just something that's going to be turning your energy upside down. And I think there's going to be a lot of anger because, as I said, Aries people, you have that fire energy. You're very loyal. And you tend to be, when your energy is not reversed, you tend to be very generous and helpful, and you have an enthusiasm for life, and you're extroverted. And what's going on with the Pentacles and the Empress, especially with this closure or breakup, it's going to turn your energy upside down for a while. You might find yourself angry, impatient, and it could be putting you in a weaker position. Okay? Now, you can always make different choices in tarot. Remember, the tarot is only there to look at what is present in your energy and where it is leading to. You can always make a different decision and come up with a different outcome. This is just based on what is going on now in your lives. Okay? So in a way, this outcome card is probably telling you, based on how things are going now in your relationships, there's going to be a lot of difficulty and betrayal coming to you in the future. There's going to be closures, endings that you may not have anticipated, or maybe that you don't even want, but it may, and it will probably happen. And so you'll need to go with the flow here. You will need to also keep in mind, this card, death, could be referring to something that someone does to you. The way that it could be a breakup that you didn't expect to happen, that could actually leave you in a very vulnerable position. So please be mindful of what's going on. And remember what I said with that Page of Wands. Maybe some of you are being a little bit too naive, and you're too trusting of this particular person. Okay? Many different situations. It's not necessarily that you're too trusting. I know a lot of you are in relationships that are hitting speed bumps. And so just be aware of this general tone that you might be taking advantage of. You give too much, and this might actually lead to you really feeling used and angry in the end. So that was my reading for you, Aries. And once again, as always, I appreciate your comments, your suggestions, your donations, and everyone who continues to ask me to read for them. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you on YouTube. And just a reminder, check out my relationship energy reading at my website. It's probably become one of the most popular readings I'm giving now. So make sure you check that out. And I hope to see you on YouTube, and I hope I get to read for you. So take care. And as always, love and light to you.